Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulillah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Allahumma la ilma lana illa ma 'allamtana fa'allimna ma yanfa'una wanfa'na bima 'allamtana wa zidna 'ilman. We thank Allah for the opportunity to be able to meet here at this wonderful place, this wonderful time in the last 10 days of Ramadan. May Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala accept the good that we have done, however little. We believe Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala has the ability to multiply, and there is something even better. He has the ability to transform your wrongs into good deeds and reward you for the wrong you did. Not for the wrong, but because you've done tawbah, you've made tawbah. So that is how generous Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala is. We have very limited time to address a very complex topic. I was told to talk about capital, savings, investment. How do you do all that in accordance with Islamic law, Sharia? And savings itself is a topic, capital itself is a topic. Really, you wonder where to start, what to address, and what not to address. I hope that there will be more interactions in the future, such that we can share more and interact more. Because this is not an area that has been thoroughly explored in the mosque circles and our conversations and dialogues as Muslims. I don't know if you've seen many in the mosque or anywhere discussing money and finance and the Sharia, Islamic commercial law. Have you? Which means probably that which we do not know about it is more than we know. So we should find ways, whether here or in the mosque, to make sure that we have interactions that will probably help bridge the knowledge gap. First of all, we are talking to students. I am talking to students. And why this is important to talk about is the worry, which is usually prevalent among the students, especially when they are graduating or when they are starting. How do I earn? How do I save? I mean, tuition itself is becoming a problem. How do you even spare some money to save? So in Uganda, we have all studied here. We know what it means to be a student in Uganda, except for the little, a very few people who might have parents who can afford more than tuition to go to an extent, go an extra mile to even provide some capital for business and all that. But most of us have to worry about that. It is very interesting that the previous speakers, Sheikh Hussein Ali Gulaf and Hajat Mastura, have been talking about marriage and how to build a happy home. It's not very easy to build a happy home when you're not financially somewhere. If you don't have a job, you're most likely to lose the marriage. Someone has said a very big yes, as though she has ever lost one. But I'm very sure she has seen people. The inadequacy, the pressure that comes with the inadequacies, which inadequacies come as a result of not having enough money to support the family, can break the family. because we all have different levels of patience. Sometimes the man himself falls short of patience. Sometimes the lady, then the constant arguments, unnecessary arguments. I used to ask myself why women want to be given so much and the gifts and all that. It took me time to understand, really, because the way it was being presented made it seem as though women are greedy. And I wanted not to believe that women are greedy. I've seen women, I've been nurtured and looked and taken care of by women, until I understood that the gift changes the mood. So someone who was supposed to really quarrel with you, when you give her some money, she will forget what she was supposed to even tell you. So you have better grounds to talk about the problem. Now, when you are a student, you worry about marriage. You see the ladies. I've been here. I've taken some time to sit somewhere here to see how dangerous of a place this place is for the boy child. Many women moving around and dressed anyhow. I believe it is quite challenging. It makes you think about marriage faster than you would have thought about marriage anyway. So you want to marry, you want to start a business, and there is a hajat who you want to make sure that she doesn't escape your grip. You saw her at Chumsa, maybe at the Darasa here, so you need to keep up the appearances. You need money to be able to do that. Then you have tuition, then you have your siblings. You know, when you study in Africa, you have to take care of those who are still studying. So being elder means something in Africa. You have to help your parents. And you are living in a society where there is little or no opportunities for halal financing. So when you try to think of a loan to start a business, before you do that, a sheikh will be on the pulpit and they will be like, riba is haram. You can't do that. You're waging a war against Allah wa ta'ala and His Prophet. So it becomes really terrible for a Muslim youth to think, how do I start? Where do I start? Right? And then in the due course, a Muslim youth fails to even focus on that which they can achieve when they are still in school. First of all, capital. Most of the times when we talk about capital here in Uganda, people think and believe we are talking about money. Sirina capital. Baba tegezaji. When you say Sirina capital, there are many statements that we use to show that we need money and we don't have money to do something. So we have the ideas, but we don't have the money. The thing is, when you are still a student and at this level, you need to be able to identify the rest of the things that require no money for you to be successful. That is point number one. What can you grow? What kind of development can you undergo right now that requires no money, that will make you rich tomorrow? You have an opportunity to build friendships. That is very important. And if you think it is not, graduate without friends, you will see. So you have an opportunity to really interact with. The university brings together how many? Thousands of Ugandans in your age bracket or under your age bracket. for you to choose amongst them who can be your friend. Be wise enough to grow your team, grow friendships, and you should know what to sacrifice and when to sacrifice and how to keep that friendship that you have built. It is priceless. You might not see it now, but it serves tomorrow. The second thing is, you need to work on your character, grow your character. It is very difficult to handle money or family or anything bigger when you are lacking in character. And you can do that now. The discipline, the patience, these things you should grow right now. What kind of people do you want your friends to remember you as? The best dancer on campus? The best what? So there is an opportunity for you to grow character. Before we even speak about capital and how you get capital, you need to understand that it takes a lot more than money for you to be successful. It's not just about money. This is why after many years, I and my team developed a theory that we're still testing. And we call it, apparently, the BRICS theory. And basing on that theory, we developed a BRICS model, a training model that would help someone grow character and also grow their chances to be able to succeed in life. Because if you do not work on yourself, capital will present itself in a manner that you will not even recognize until many years have passed. But when you're clear and your vision is clear and you know what you're up to, you shall start seeing opportunities everywhere. So how does the theory state? Your level of success is directly proportional to your ability to see resources, your ability to create with those resources, to serve a well-defined objective, but in accordance to your values. Now, every bit of those statements means something. So, and we talk about levels of success because we don't believe we should address poverty from zero. We believe Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala tells us in the Quran, وَابْتَغِ فِيمَا آتَاكَ اللَّهُ الدَّارَ الْآخِرَةِ. You should use that which Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala has blessed you with to determine your fate on the day of judgment. So Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala brought us to this world rich. So as a Muslim, we think from a point of Muslims think from a point of abundance. We came with stuff, a lot of it. We are rich. Right now, if we start counting how much you have as blessings and capital to live, you have more than you actually asked for. That not even your parents paid for. So we think from abundance. This is why the theory talks about levels of success. How do you determine how successful you want, what you want to be, and what level? It will depend on your ability to see that which is around you as a resource. Most of us do not prosper because we are very sad. We do not want to interact. We are very negative in terms of attitude. So we do not see that which needs to be seen at the moment. And of course, one of the assumptions that we base on that theory is that at any given point in time you have exactly what you need to succeed. You only feel you don't because you think through the future, or you are in the past still stuck. But Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala is very just. You have all that you need right now to succeed at whatever you want to do. But it will depend on your ability. How sharp are you? Can you recognize the resources or not? Because we don't have enough time or too much time, I'll try to summarize that. The second thing you need to consider is, okay, you have identified the resources. That which is supposed to be capital, whether monetary or whatever. What do you want? How creative are you? Because we all know that we can go and buy bricks, sand, cement, and we build different what? Different stories or buildings, right? If I were to give you the same resources to build a house, all your houses would look different. So how creative are you? Some of you will build houses to sleep, others will build commercial, others will build motels, lodges. So everyone will use creatively the resources to achieve that which they want. And it is very difficult for you to use the resources I've given you if you don't have a picture. This is when you start now going to ask your architecture friend to help you design something. Because you need a creative mind. You need to be creative. Having resources and creating that which you want, a life you want out of the resources you want or you have is another thing. So, how creative are you? And there is ways and models to grow your creativity. Then what objective? Because you need to know where you're headed. But most importantly, as a Muslim, all that which you call success has to be in line with your values. Because if I give you the resources to build anything that you want, and then you end up building a bar, you might get the money. People might say it's a very successful bar, but will you be fulfilled? Because every time, sheikhs will be referring to you as the Hajj and Hajjat who has a bar. And then you will start hiding from the community. And then, so whatever you do and call success, make sure that as you plan, you need to plan and be sure that you go halal. This is why you invited me to talk about halal. Now, that brief explanation about the theory should help us understand where to start, especially as students. Grow your ability to see, so be positive. Look for resources around. They are right there in front of you. You're just wasting time. The second thing, grow your creativity, your ability to create. What do you want to do? Then is all that you're planning in line with your values as a Muslim? This is the only way you can say that I'm successful and determine that, okay, alhamdulillah, I'm there. After that, we can maybe talk about other things, but I wanted, first of all, address the mindset, because usually the feeling and the belief of lacking, we are inadequate, we do not have enough, kills Africans more than you think. You are always waiting for someone to give us. You have gone to school. People should be looking for you to consult you. Money should be coming to you, but it won't come to you if you don't know how to what? To market yourself. You don't understand enough about you. You still behave as though you did not go to school. People even fear to trust you with anything because you look so lacking and don't understand anything. So accept that you've gone to a mighty university, Chambogo, study, present yourself confidently, don't complain. Make sure that you are ready to receive any form of success that comes to you, and then you can create with that success. I will leave that point, or conclude on that point with one thing. Build character. The youths now lack in character. We are living in a world, it has not yet gotten to the worst, but we are headed there, where we shall have infancy throughout. We are having infants everywhere. So there is no longer any form of initiation. You have to grow up. You have to be an adult. You are hit, you stand up. Bakuchaye stuka tambula. There is no time for that. Don't cry. No one cares. Bakuganye msajja gwe, yes. Omuwala bw'agana, don't take it personal. Tona bakutuuka. Toyina budde bubeera. You don't let her take from you. Stand up. You will get her type later. Naye akuyambye n'akugamba tonnatuuka. Biveeko. Be adults. Now this whole thing of bannange, government yetuyambe, I mean, you should stop crying. Grow some strength in you. Understand that you are way better than millions of Ugandans and billions world over. You are in a better position. You do not need to sit there, start crying, then you are like, okay, now government is okay, okay. Go ajirate. You really want to believe that Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala predetermined that your success will come after the government has fallen? What kind of iman or aqidah is that? You have your Allah. We are in the last 10 days. Pray, focus. This is the importance of prayer. Prayer does not help God. And when they tell you that Allah muwani, Allah gwe amanyi, go kolaboti as you're praying, it is not to send a message that Allah benefits from that praise. Omuyambye, omulimbye limbye akuwe. You can't blindfold Allah. But it is for you to strengthen your faith. Because when you submit, when you grow your faith, your self-esteem rises. Your position in existence becomes clearer. Then you know where to start from. Clarity comes as a result of prayer. If you don't pray, you might think you're brilliant and wise. You do not know anything about your life. You do not know where your priority is. You can't. Because when you pray, you are constantly revising where your priorities are. When you find yourself praying for a husband, pretty much than a job, you know that, okay, I need a man right now. When you see yourself focused on business, just understand, if you don't pray, all you have is ideas. You can't trust them until you ask Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala confidently and passionately with faith that you need that. This is how you know where to start from tomorrow. Now, I would wish to present a few opportunities for those who already have a plan. Pivot payments, Brother Faisal has talked about the solutions and the products that are coming up. The study now, pay later is one of the products. We are yet to approve more products. Halal, I believe asset financing shall roll out soon. And you will know. You just download the product. You know, you can't see the resources until you have to grow your ability to see the resources. No one has downloaded the app right now. If you really had the ability to recognize the resources, you'd have downloaded the app right away. Pivot Pay. But everyone is looking at me. That app is a door to more resources. Tuition, but also capital. We are doing all that we can to avail, of course, ba'd Allah, halal ways of financing. Hijaz right now, Hijaz Community Circle, rolled out a Murabaha product, financing through Murabaha. You should visit the offices. You should visit Pivot Pay. You should explore these opportunities because by the time you get out of this university, there will be many products on market that are halal, ready to finance your business and your idea. But before you think about money, you need to really grow your ability to think and see that which you have, then create, then set an objective, then make sure that all that you said is in line with your values. I believe you will be able to win. Don't forget your friends. Don't forget partnerships. There are many ways to get capital, but you need to have a strength of character, trustworthy, visionary, focused. These are going to attract capital. Before you do that, you're just a baby. No one can trust you with anything. Thank you for listening. I would have loved to talk more, but we need to go for Salah, and I fear Sheikh Atfaidat might have to remind me, and I don't want to be reminded. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.